This story happened when the movie Halloween Kills came out in theaters. I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, and so was my boyfriend. So of course, we had to go see it at our local movie theater. We both got off work late, so we had to go to the midnight showing. When we got to the theater, it wasn't too packed, which was good because I did not want any distractions while we watched it. There were probably 10 people in the theater, including me and my boyfriend. We sat in the middle row. The trailers were playing and I was eating some popcorn when I noticed, down in the front of the theater, someone wearing a Michael Myers mask. I laughed and told my boyfriend to look. The person with the mask was sitting in the very front row, turned and facing us. We laughed, saying that they're bigger fans of the Halloween movies than we are. The movie was about to start when I looked back down at the person wearing the mask. They were still staring right at me, like their whole body was facing me and not at the movie screen. This actually made me a little nervous, but I honestly figured it was just somebody trying to be goofy. The movie started, and I tried to forget about the creep in the mask, but maybe 20 minutes into the movie, I realized the person wearing the mask was now a few rows closer to us, still staring directly at me. I pointed this out to my boyfriend. He threw a piece of popcorn at him and told the creep to turn around and watch the movie. He didn't. He just kept staring at us, still as a statue. I told my boyfriend the guy was making me really uncomfortable and that he should go and say something or go get someone who works at the movie theater. My boyfriend got up to go confront the man, but when he got to the row, the man in the mask was gone. My boyfriend went to go find one of the attendants to be on the lookout for some creep wearing a Michael Myers mask. We eventually finished the movie in peace, but the story does not end there. I think it was like a day or two after we saw the movie when I saw a Facebook post about 2 murders in our area. It was a teenage couple found dead in their car. Witnesses said the suspect responsible was wearing a Michael Myers mask. The murders only took place about 5 minutes from the movie theater that we were at, and it apparently happened that same night the creep in the Michael Myers mask was staring at us. I can't prove that it was the same person, but I have a very strong feeling we narrowly missed being the victims of a Michael Myers wannabe in that movie theater. This story happened when I was working part-time at a movie theater, and I still can't explain what happened to this day. For context, I was a 17-year-old male at the time. I had to work the night shifts on weekends. I didn't mind it too much, but you occasionally ran into weirdos at that time of night. I was cleaning up a midnight showing. I was hurrying because I just wanted to go home and hop on my Xbox. I was about to finish up the theater when I saw someone still standing at the bottom by the screen. I told him that he needed to leave. The movie was over and the theater was closing. The man just smiled at me. He was an older guy, maybe late 50s. He had on raggedy clothes. I wouldn't say he was homeless, but definitely someone who did not care about their appearance. I told the man again it was time to leave, or else I'll have to get my manager to escort him out. The man put his hand to his mouth and giggled like a child. I was only part-time and getting paid minimum wage. My patience had run out. I pulled out my walkie-talkie to radio my manager, but the guy took a step forward and said to stop. I asked the man if he was finally going to leave. The man proceeded to tell me my first and last name, the exact make and model of my car, and my home address. Again, this man was in his 50s, and I have no idea who he was or how he knew any of this information about me. I quickly radioed my manager to get in here. The man giggled menacingly and sprinted out the back exit door. When my manager got there, I explained what happened. We tried to pull the footage of when the last movie started, but I could not identify the man anywhere. I'll admit I was super tired and freaked out and just wanted to go home, so I may not have done the best job looking at that surveillance. It was an uneasy next couple of weeks for me. I kept imagining that man crouched in the shadows of the theater, waiting to jump and attack me. I'm in college now, and I still tell this story to anyone who will listen. I still have no idea who that man was and how he knew all that information about me. This story is why I'll never go back to another movie theater. It was a Friday night. My girlfriend and I decided we should go to the movies and see some corny love movie. We got to the theater around 10 p.m. We grabbed our popcorn and drinks and made our way to our theater. There was only one person in there with us. It was some man sitting at the very top with his hood up. I thought it was a little strange, but remembered people go to the movies by themselves all the time. The movie started and I felt like my bladder was going to explode. I told my girlfriend I'm going to the bathroom and that I'll be right back. When I came back, I noticed that the man in the hoodie at the top of the theater was gone. And I thought maybe he left or went to go get food and sat back down. About halfway through the movie, we started to hear strange noises around our seats, almost like something moving around on the ground. And I checked to see if I had dropped my phone or something, but I didn't. So, whatever. We continued to watch the movie, when this time, we heard a growl. It was low and strange and almost gurgling-like. We scanned the theater to see what could possibly be making that noise. I was a bit freaked out at this point, because it was just me and my girlfriend in the theater. Or so I thought. I scanned my cell phone at the very end of our row. I wish I hadn't. Crouched down on all fours was that man in the hoodie. He was growling and looking right at us. His nostrils were flared and drool was coming down from his mouth. I told him to knock it off, or I'll kick the shit out of him. The man growled louder, flashed his stained yellow teeth, and then charged at us on all fours. And I grabbed my girlfriend and then kicked him hard in the face. and I heard a crack as he flew backwards. We did not stay to see the aftermath. We just sprinted out of the theater. We tried to find an attendant or manager in the lobby, but couldn't. We went to the parking lot, got into my car, and we drove home. When we got home, I tried calling the movie theater to let them know what happened, but no one answered. I guess they were severely understaffed or just lazy at that theater. I don't know if that man was on hard drugs or just mentally unstable, but he honestly scared the shit out of me. We decided that we would no longer go to the movie theaters and just stick with Netflix.